Welcome to Parivar classes. Today we are having the lecture on CMA Inter Management Accounting, chapter number 8, Divisional Performance Measurement. Uh, Today we are discussing DPM tools, ROI, and residual income, numerical problems, illustrations. All illustrations we are discussing in this video. Yeah, let us start the session.
This illustration too, na, very simple. You can go through your own. This here he has given residual income formula. This is similar to EVA formula only. EVA means NOPAT minus capital employed into required rate of return. Here instead of NOPAT na he written operating income. Instead of required rate of return, he wrote minimum rate of return. And instead of capital employed na he written average operating assets. Average means na opening plus closing divided by 2, that is called as average operating assets. Because throughout the year we will not maintain the same level of assets. In the during the year we may buy some assets, we may sell some assets. So to value the uh, to normalize the value of assets, we will take average value. But you don't worry, in questions you will just give operating assets. You don't give opening and closing. So you don't need to worry about the calculation of average assets. Just we have to assume whatever the operating assets given in the question as average assets. I think my audio is clear. Shall we move to illustration 3? Okay. Yeah. Illustration 3. ACME, a division of ACE Manufacturing, assets of 2,25,000. Here he did not mention opening or closing, just we assume it as average assets only. So assets are 2,25,000. Operating income is 55,000. What is the division's ROI? Not RI. He is not asking RI, he is asking ROI. Do you know what is ROI? We already discussed the theory part of ROI. So I want to know whether can you interpret what is ROI? Can you write the formula of ROI? On your mic and say the answer. This will not be recorded in the class. Only my audio will be recorded. So, Dhirendra, what is ROI? ROI అంటే ఏంటిది? రిటర్న్ ఆన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అంతేనా? Is it clear? So, ROI ని ఇప్పుడు somebody asking, you are maintaining some business. I am asking a question. What is ROI of your business? How will you calculate your business ROI? Don't think a lot. ROI means return on investment. Means here two words are there. One is return, one is investment. So denominator is investment. Is it clear? So we need numerator. Numerator means return. Return means nothing but profit. So ROI means profit by investment. Up to here, simple. But in this chapter, instead of words profit and investment, we use words operating income and operating assets. Instead of profit, we use operating income. Instead of investment, we use operating assets. So operating income is 55,000. Operating assets is 2,25,000. Let us write the formula here, or else we will open some. So ROI means profit by investment. Okay, I think we do. we don't need to discuss this ROI part a lot. From here itself, we are understanding how he arrived at this 55,000 divided by 2,25,000 operating income divided by operating assets only. RI. Uh, RI is equal to operating income less minimum required rate of return into, right. In this question, average assets opening and closing is not given. So we assume given assets as average assets. So writing the formula, putting the values, getting the answer. Simple. You copy this later as a homework. We will move to the session 4. Just wherever the key points are there, I will say just copy that points now and do it as a homework or directly write in your fair notes. Illustration 4. Consider the following. This question somewhat next level. Not very much difficult, but somewhat better than previous questions. At least 2 marks, 3 marks worth questions. Because now here he given data relating to two divisions, division A and division B. Operating assets 50 lakhs, operating income, and ROI. What he is asking, which is more successful division in terms of ROI? By reading the question itself, by seeing the question only, we can answer which division is more successful based on ROI. Which division is more successful based on ROI? Division A or division B? Division A, because division A is having higher rate of return of 20%, whereas B is having 18% only. That means A is earning 20 rupees for every 100 rupees invested, and B is earning 18 rupees for every 100 rupees invested. That means division A is earning 2 rupees more than division B for every 100 rupees investment. So you have to write like this 2 3 points and say division A is successful in terms of ROI. Directly, you can write directly division A is successful, but you will not get full marks. I think my audio is little bit disturbed earlier. Is it? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Division A is successful. In simple words also you can write, but you will not get 3 out of 3. We may get 2 marks only. So to be on safer side, we have to interpret. We have to use our creativity. And now let us see the second question. Using 16 percentage as a minimum required rate of return, compute the residual income for each division. He is nothing asking what calculate residual income and also say which division is successful as per residual income approach. What is residual income formula? So operating assets is given, operating asset income is given, and the required rate of return is 16% is also given. Just writing the formula, putting the values, getting the answer. After putting the values, we get division A residual income as 2 lakh rupees and division B 2,50,000. I think this is clear. 2 lakhs and 2,50,000. As per RI, as per RI approach, division B is having 50,000 more residual income compared to division A. So in terms of residual income, we can say division B is successful. So here we have to get a doubt. Why as per ROI approach division A is successful and why as per RI approach division B is successful? In this question, he didn't ask for that much, but as a professional students now, we have to think like this and we have to get the answer. Why we are getting two different answers in two different approaches. Here, he directly given return on investment as a percentage, 20% and 18%. But he didn't given what is the investment value. We know the return, 10 lakhs is the return, 22 lakh 50,000 is the return. But in general, we think operating assets as the, okay, 10 lakhs divided by 50, okay, 20 percentage. Once do this, 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 1 crore 25 lakhs. Just to calculate this part. If you have a calculator, just to calculate this part. 22 lakh 50,000 divided by 1 crore 25 lakhs. Are you getting 18 percentage? Okay, okay. Mm, We have to think why we are getting two different answers. The 20 percentage, 18 percentage, clear. Okay. Here we are looking as a percentage of investment. Here division B is having higher investment. So that is why ROI is looking somewhat lesser. But when we see absolute income in terms of value over and above the expectation, we have reduced 16 percentage on investment. Shareholders are expecting 16% income. After subtracting 16% income, over and above 16%, division A is earning 2 lakh rupees and division B is earning 2 lakh 50,000 rupees. That means due to percentages, here we are getting division A is higher. When we converted this percentage into numericals, since investment in division B is higher, absolutely in terms of value, for division B only we will get higher figure. I think you got the key why division B's residual income is higher, because investment in division B is also higher. You don't need to overthink. Just to, there is a thin difference only. You have to understand that thin difference. This is not very important for exams. Okay, even though you didn't understand, that is not an issue. But if you understand, it would be better. Let us move to illustration 5. Nothing here. He compared as a percentage. But in absolute terms, 22 lakh 50,000 is only greater than 10 lakhs. We all know that. But investment is also higher in division B. Hence, we cannot compare this 10 lakhs with this 22 lakh 50,000, because different level of investments. That is why we compared here returns. Here now we are comparing extra income over and above investors' expectation. What is the extra? Investors' expectation is we calculated on investment only. We calculated 16 percentage on 50 lakhs. We calculated 16 percentage on 1 crore 25 lakhs. Here we took the effect of investment difference. Whatever the difference is there in investment, we took the difference. Over and above that requirement, what is the extra figure they are earning? That is this 2 lakhs and 2 lakh 50,000. Yeah, I think you at least got some 20% understanding. Okay, with this level of understanding, we will move to illustration 5. The following data are given for the Delhi division for 2022. ROI 25%, sales 12 lakhs, margin 10%, MRR 18%. No need to worry. My side now everything will be clear, because I am recording here now. It will be recorded as this. If you didn't understand, say you can easily understand this part. Okay, ROI 25%, sales 12 lakhs, margin 10%, MRR 18%. Calculate division operating assets. Calculate division's residual income. This is somewhat a good question. Here he didn't give an operating assets. Here he didn't give an operating income. Here he didn't give an residual income also. He just given ROI, sales, margin, required rate of return. We have to calculate operating assets, and to calculate residual income, we need operating income also. So we have to calculate operating income also. First, using the given data, ROI is 25%. ROI means, as we discussed earlier, profit divided by investment. In layman terminology or in general terminology, we call ROI as a profit divided by investment, which is 25%. Profit na sales into margin is nothing but profit. You can write profit as like this: sales into margin. Sales 12 lakhs, margin 10 percentage. 1 lakh 20,000 divided by 25% is equal to investment. Just juxtapositioning the formula. Shifting 25% to left side, shifting investment to right side. Multiply becomes division, division becomes multiply. I think how we got this 4 lakh 80,000 as investment value. I think you understand up to here. Uh, Here investment is nothing but operating assets. 4 lakh 80,000. Right. What is he asking? First part, calculate the divisions operating assets. We calculated. So compute the divisions residual income. What is the residual income formula? Operating income minus operating assets into minimum required rate of return. So we need operating income. Operating income is nothing but a profit. Yes or no? Just now I got a call. That's why there is a network issue. Within 1 minute it will get right. Yeah. First part is completed. Compute the divisions operating assets. Is it still stucking? Still stucking, huh? Okay, okay. Wait a minute. I will try to change some settings. Divisions operating assets is completed. Now we will do divisions residual income. What is residual income formula? So we have operating assets, we have minimum rate of return. Just we need is operating income. Operating income is nothing but profit. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Operating income is equal to profit. We have profit value as sales into margin 12 lakhs into 10 percentage, which is nothing but 1 lakh 20,000. So writing the formula, putting the values. 1 lakh 20,000 less 4 lakh 80,000 into 18 percentage. Let us look at the textbook. That is what he has done. See, 1 lakh 20,000 minus 4 lakh 80,000 into 18 percentage. Here na, in the first question, he done somewhat differently. This looks somewhat awkward for me. That is why I solved it separately for this illustration file. In above other questions na, I didn't solve it, but from illustration file I solved it because this is simpler when compared to institute material. Just take a screenshot of this. I think you're on your own also you can do this. Here nothing special. Yeah. Illustration 6. XYZ corporation has three divisions. So this is a good question. Missing data question. This. He has given some data and some data is missing. We have to supplement the data. The question is somewhat lengthy because we have to supplement the data for three divisions. So for each division, 3 points are missing. The overall 9 points are missing. We have to supplement this data. Yeah, we will do in a separate notepad. Yeah. First, we will write our formula. ROI is equal to profit by investment. Nothing but ROI is equal to operating income divided by operating assets. If you read the question, sales okay. For sales, he has given margin. Okay. Operating income okay. Operating assets okay. New one is asset turnover. If you studied financial management, there you will have a chapter called as a ratio analysis. There we will get this formula for asset turnover ratio. Even though you didn't study ratio analysis, you will see the formula. Asset turnover means we have two parts, asset and turnover. Just up and down the values. Nothing but sales divided by operating assets is asset turnover ratio. So remaining part is clear. We will do one by one in the same order: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Asset turnover. A point is asset turnover of division X. Here he is asking us to find out asset turnover ratio of division X. Asset turnover is equal to sales divided by operating assets. Sales 5 lakhs, assets 1 lakh, 5 times. I think it is clear. Next point B, margin. Margin is nothing but profit divided by sales. Profit means operating income. Operating income divided by sales. 25,000 divided by 5 lakhs. Nothing but 5 percentage. Very easy. Next point C, return on investment. Return on investment means already we wrote the formula operating income divided by operating assets. 25 percentage. I think this one also clear. And now D point. This is belonging to division Y. He is asking sales. Sales, I think using two formulas, we can find out sales. Using asset turnover ratio, we can find out sales. Using margin formula also, we can find out sales. But if you want to use asset turnover ratio, we need asset turnover ratio value. In this question, F point asset turnover ratio is missing. So by default, we have to use margin formula only. What is margin? Margin formula? Margin is equal to operating income divided by sales. Just juxtapositioning this formula, taking sales to LHS, bringing margin to RHS. Sales is equal to operating income divided by margin. 30,000, nothing but operating income. Margin 0.4 percentage. You get 30,000 divided by 0.5 percentage is equal to 75 lakhs. I think this is clear. And now E, operating assets. Operating assets also now, I think using two formulas, again we can get operating assets. One is asset turnover ratio and other is residual income. Sorry, using ROI. Using ROI also we can say, we can find out operating assets. Again, asset turnover ratio is missing, so we have to use ROI only. Just taking operating assets left side, bringing ROI right side. Operating income divided by ROI, 30,000 divided by 2 percentage is equal to 15 lakhs. Next, F point, asset turnover ratio. Nothing but sales by assets. Sales already we calculated and assets also we calculated. 75 lakhs divided by 15 lakhs. Nothing but 5 times. Now G point belonging to division Z. Already we wrote the formula. Above we said we can use two formulas, asset turnover ratio formula and margin formula. Here we have both values. Asset turnover value is also given, margin value also given. But for using margin, we need operating income. Here operating income is missing, so we can't use margin formula. For using asset turnover, we need operating assets. Here operating assets is given. Therefore, we have to use asset turnover formula only. I think it is clear why we are using margin formula above and why we are using asset turnover formula below. We have to have this understanding. Otherwise, in exam, yes, you will get the answer, but it will take 2-3 more minutes extra. When we are practicing only, we have to think in 2-3 different ways. How many alternative ways we can do this answer? By thinking this way, we will find out the shortest way to the fastest way or the easiest way to do some problem, solve some answer. Yeah. I think G point also clear. Asset turnover into operating assets. Just a question in the formula. We get this one. Sales is equal to asset turnover into operating assets. I think G point is clear. Once have a look. Just from A point only, we are taking operating assets into right side. We will move to I point. ROI. ROI is nothing but operating income by operating assets. Operating income just now we calculated as 5,000. 5,000 divided by 2,50,000, 2 percentage. I think we have calculated all the data. There is no doubt it seems. Yeah. Now we will see the second part of the question. Comment on the relative performance of each division. What questions can be raised as a result of their performance? He is asking to compare both the three divisions' performance and comment. So division Y is having 2% ROI. It is given in the question only. For division X, we calculated ROI as 25 percentage. For division Z, ROI we calculated as 2 percentage. Both division Y and division Z are having same ROA of 2 percentage, whereas division X is having tremendously better ROI of 25 percentage. So based on ROI and the given data, we can comment that division X is tremendously performing better in relation to division Y and division Z. So this like this you have to write one or two sentences. Other part of the question is what questions can be raised as a result of their performance. So by seeing this, what are the doubts you are getting? Why division X is having that much heavy return and why division YJ and Z is having less return? What are the possible reasons? We have to think in this way, then we will get some questions. Let us first compare division X and division Y. Division X is having asset turnover ratio of 5 times. We calculated this. And division Y also having asset turnover ratio of 5 times. Means division X and division Y both are having same asset turnover ratio of 5 times. They are efficiently utilizing their assets. Division X is having 1 lakh assets, using 1 lakh assets, it is converting 5 lakh sales. And division Y is having 15 lakh assets, using 15 lakh assets, it is converting it as 75 lakh sales. So they are equally well utilizing their assets. So on asset utilization part, there is no question. But why division X is having better ROI and why division Y is having less ROI? Because now, if we see the margins of division X is having 5 percentage margin, whereas division Y is having a 0.4 percentage margin. Sales are equally well, but margins are less for division Y. That is why division Y, due to less margins, it is having less income. Due to less income, it is having less ROI. The question is why it is having less ROI, sorry, less margin. Less margin, maybe is it is having higher cost of production. Due to higher cost of production, higher cost of goods sold, it is having less margins. Otherwise, it is having higher overheads cost. So we may think like this: is the division having higher cost of goods sold? Is the division having higher overheads? Cost of goods sold is nothing but higher cost of material, higher cost of labor. So by studying division X and Y, we are having this part. Asset utilization is equally well, but I think division Y is having a higher cost of goods sold and higher cost of overheads. I think this part is clear. Division X and division Y comparison. Now let us compare division X and division Z. Division X margin is 5 percentage. We calculated, and division Z is also having a 5 percentage margin. Both are having equal margins. But return on investment is higher for division X. But asset turnover ratio na division X is having better. Division Z is having very less asset turnover ratio. Only 0.4 times it is converting into sales. Whereas division X is converting it as a 5 times sales. Since division X is having higher sales now, it is getting higher income. Division Z is having lesser sales now, it is having lesser income even though margin is same. Margins are same, but asset utilization is less in division Z. Therefore, division Z is having less sales. Asset utilization is good in division X. It is having good sales. Good sales converted into good profits. Less sales converted into less profits. But in textbook na, in in when he compared division X and division Z, there is a stupid, awkward assumption he took. He's saying in ROI na, we take operating income divided by operating assets or profit divided by investment. We have to think in terms of profit. He na stupid fellow, he think in terms of investment. He's saying in division Z na, it is having 2,50,000 assets. That is why in denominator is high na. That is why they are getting less ROI. Anybody think like that? It is having higher investment. That is why only it is having a lower ROI. Already it is very clear. Asset turnover ratio is less. They are not able to convert their assets into sales. You have to think like that. They are not utilizing their assets. There, they are. We have to say like this. They have purchased some extra machinery. They are not utilizing their extra machinery. They put aside. We may get this type of doubts. Is it clear? What are the questions raised from comparing division X, division Y, division Z? This is what he is asking. In exam, this type of questions are not asked, but just to enhance our thinking by seeing the data, how we have to think. I didn't read the answer yesterday. I just by reading the data itself, I tried to analyze what is happening. You should also able to analyze it in such a way. Now let us move to illustration 7. Once have a look at the illustration 7, I will just have a sip of water. Yeah. So let us move to illustration 7. An investment sector has reported a profit of 28,000. So profit is 28,000. He given non-current assets 1 lakh, inventory 2 lakhs, trade receivables 30,000. Sorry, inventory 20,000. Total current assets 50,000. Current payables 80,000. Net current assets 42,000. Net non-current assets at book value 1 lakh. So total net operating assets is 1 lakh 42,000. This is what he given. He given the data of operating income 28,000. Operating assets 1 lakh 42,000. He is asking us to calculate ROI. ROI is nothing but operating income divided by operating assets. 28,000 divided by 1 lakh 42,000. This is anybody can do it very easy. He is asking state any additional information that would be useful when calculating the ROI. This point now we have to read from textbook only because I didn't got any need of additional information that can be useful. What he is feeling, let us see. However, from here, yeah, this part. However, suppose that center manager has no responsibility for debt collection. In this situation, it could be argued that center manager is not responsible for trade receivables. Therefore, they should not be included in operating assets. 1 lakh 42,000 less 30,000, we get capital employed as 1 lakh 12,000. 28,000 divided by 1 lakh 12,000 is equal to 25 percentage. Just 1 minute. Yeah, he is saying if center manager is not responsible for debt collection, we should not add that trade receivables in capital employed. This is an awkward assumption. Can anybody think like this? That division manager is not responsible for debt collection. He should be manager is responsible for anything happening in division. He is only responsible for sales. He is only responsible for trade receivables. So this is an awkward assumption. Don't think a lot about this. But if it comes in the exams, if you don't get any point, you have to write like this awkward points only. For that sake only, just to once for having one time reading, we are reading this problem. J- this is very simple question. Nothing there in this. Just stupidity of institute only. We will go to illustration 8. Nielsen Limited has two divisions with the following information. Profit, okay. Capital employed, okay. ROI, okay. Division A has been offered a project 1 lakh, annual return 20,000. Okay. Division B, project cost 1 lakh, annual return 12,000. The company's cost of capital is 15 percentage. Overall, this is overall, KO is 15 percentage. Division performance is judged on ROI, and ROI related bonus is sufficiently high to influence the manager behavior. He is saying we have to compare the division's performance based on ROI, which higher the ROI, the managers will get a higher bonus. He is saying that point. What is he asking? What decisions will be made by the management if they act in the best interest of the division and in the best interest of their bonus? If any division manager, he will not think about the overall goodwill of the company. He will think about his division only. Because if his division is getting higher profit, he will get higher bonus. For that sake, he will always think about his division's profit only. He will not think about the overall company's profit. I think this point is clear. Now, how division managers should behave. Yeah. So what decisions will be made by the management? We have to uh, find out. Here he is saying based on ROI, division's performance is judged. So we have to calculate if these projects are accepted, what will be the uh, updated ROI, revised ROI. Current ROI is 30 percentage and 10 percentage. If the divisions accept these projects and get additional income and additional investment, what will be the revised ROI? We have to calculate the revised ROI. Let us see. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. 90,000 divided by 3 lakhs, 30 percentage. 10,000 divided by 1 lakh is 10 percentage. This is old ROI. For calculating new ROI, capital employed will become 4 lakhs for division A because project is costing 1 lakh. And for division B, project capital employed will be 2 lakhs, 1 lakh plus 1 lakh. I hope capital employed is clear. 4 lakhs and 2 lakhs. Updated capital employed. And profits for division A 20,000 addition means 1 lakh 10,000. For division B 12,000 addition that means 22,000. I think updated profit also clear. Yeah. Now for calculating revised ROI, we have to do 1 lakh 10,000 divided by 4 lakhs for division A, which we get as a 27.5 percentage. For division B, 22,000 divided by 2 lakhs, nothing but 11 percentage. In case of division A, 30 percentage becoming 27.5 percentage. That means by accepting new project, division A is ROI is decreasing 2.5 percentage. Whereas in case of division B, after accepting new project, its ROI is increasing 11% up to 11 percentage. That is 1% extra. So division's performance is judged based on ROI only. So division manager of division A will not accept new project because ROI is reducing. Whereas division B will accept because its ROI is increasing. Up to here, I think it is clear. Now question 2. What should the managers do if they act in the best interest of the company as a whole? Now we till now we thought in terms of a division point of view only. Now we have to think in time in point of view of company. In here na we discussed it in a wrong manner. Don't look at this. We will do it in a other way and correct way. First we have to calculate current old overall ROI of the company. He is saying the company's cost of capital is 15 percentage. This is not necessary for us. The company's cost of capital is 15 percentage. Just we have to find out the company's overall ROI. How will we do this company's overall ROI? Means profit divided by capital employed. Nothing but 90,000 plus 10,000. 1 lakh divided by 4 lakhs. We'll do like this. Company point of view. This is the old ROI. Now revised ROI. If project division A is project A is accepted or division A's project is accepted. In that case, we get 90 plus 10 plus 20 divided by how much? 400 plus 100 extra, 500. Just calculate this and say 120 divided by 500. Fast. Or shall I calculate? Yeah, I will only calculate. Okay, 24 percentage. This means we should not accept division A's project because ROA is reducing in time in overall company's point of view. Let us check if project B is accepted or division B's project is accepted. 90 plus 10 plus 12 divided by 500. Here we will get even more less. How much you are getting? 122.4 percentage. Uh, in if we compare project A is better when compared to project B. Overall, old ROA is only better. New revised ROA is less. But we compare project A and project B, na, division A's project is only giving better ROA to the company, 24 percentage. So we have to accept division A's project only. But if we see in division point of view, division A is uh, division A's ROI is reducing, whereas division B's ROI is increasing. Divisional manager saying, division B manager saying, I will accept. Division A manager saying, I will not accept. It is better in terms of their division thinking. But when we think in point of overall company point of view, we are getting the answer as accepting division A's project is better. So we have to write like this. Here what he discussed, see, looking at the whole situation from the group point of view, we are in a ridiculous position. The group has offered two projects costing 1 lakh. One gives profit 20,000, other gives 12,000. Left to their own devices, the manager would end up accepting project of 1 lakh. accepting 12,000. This is because ROI is a defective decision making. He is saying manager will accept 12,000 rupees project only, not a 20,000 rupees profit project. He is saying like that. Uh, Here now we calculated a revised ROI, but just based on this profit values only, we can say Division A's project is better because Division A's project for 1 lakh it is getting 20,000, Division B 12,000 only. Here only we can say Division A's project is better. We don't need to calculate the revised ROI also. I think you got. If the question is for more marks, na, we have to do that revised ROI of the company. If it is for some 7 marks and just if two questions, question A, question B also given, you can write like this simply. For 1 lakh, Division A's project is giving 20,000 and Division B is 12,000. In point of view of group, we can say 20,000 is higher profit when compared to 12,000. So we have to accept first project only in overall point of view, but division managers will accept division B's project only because ROA is the decision making factor. Now let us move to illustration 9. Yeah, an investment center has a net assets of 8 lakhs. Okay, made profit PBIT of 1 lakh 1 lakh 60,000. Okay, cost of capital 12 percentage. Okay, comment on the RI. This is very simple. Here just he changed the terminology. Instead of operating assets, he said net assets. Instead of operating income, he said PBIT. Instead of minimum rate of return, he said the cost of capital. Just terminology is different. Just write the formula, putting the values, getting the answer. Very simple. He's saying comment on the RI, whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, we have to accept. If it is negative, we don't need to accept. That's it. He wrote some note point. Capital employees are not available in this question, therefore net assets should be taken as substitute value. In the beginning itself, I said capital employed is nothing but operating assets, net assets, everything one and the same. But only for this one question, he specifically wrote this note point. Actually, in that case, you have to write this note point for every question. Uh, how this institute guys print this textbook, I don't understand. Yeah. But in exam, wherever possible, you have to mention note points. Yeah. Shall we move to illustration 10? Illustration 9 is very simple. Yes, we have only two illustrations left. Illustration 10 and illustration 11. Illustration 10. An investment center has net assets of 8 lakhs and made profits before interest of 1 lakh 60,000 and notional cost 12%. The company's target return. This is company's target return. Okay. An opportunity cost has arisen to invest in a new project cost 1 lakh. The project would have a 4-year life, which would make 15,000 profit each year. What would be the ROI with and without investment? Base your calculation on opening book values. Without, would the investment center manager wish to undertake the investment if the performance is judged on ROI basis? And question B, what would be the average annual residual income with and without the investment? Yeah, based on ROI. Okay. First, we have to find out ROI without investment, with investment. ROI is nothing. ROI is nothing but profit by investment. That is operating income divided by capital employed. That is PBIT by net assets. PBIT 1 lakh 60,000, net assets 80,000. Sorry, 8 lakhs. So 1 lakh 60,000 divided by 8 lakhs. This is without investment 20%. Very clear. With investment, we get the profit of 50,000 each year. So 1 lakh 60,000 will become 1 lakh 75,000. And project net assets become 8 lakhs as 9 lakhs. So 1 lakh 75,000 divided by 9 lakhs, 19.4 percentage. So if we judge based on ROI, without investment only we are having higher ROI. So we will not accept this investment because ROI is reducing. He also wrote the same. ROI would be lower, therefore center manager will not want to make the investment since his performance will be judged as having deteriorated, means damaged ROI. However, this result is in dysfunctional behavior since the company's target is only 12 percentage. He's saying company's target is just 12 percentage only. Even though 20% reduced to 19.4 percentage, if we compare the absolute values, 1,60,000 increased to 1,75,000. Actually, your profit is increasing and you are also earning above 12 percentage. Above 12 percentage, you don't need to compare this 20 and 19.4 percentage. We have to compare what we say this absolute figures only. Up to minimum rate of return, we have to think in terms of percentage. Over and above, if you are earning over and above minimum expectations, there you have to see in terms of absolute figures only. Uh, because uh, if we invest 100 rupees and we get 100 rupees, it is a 100% return. And if we invest 10,000 and we get a 20,000, we get a 2,000 rupees as profit, it is 20% return only. But 20, where is 2000? Where is 100? 2000 is way far bigger than 100. So over and above minimum expectation, we don't need to think in terms of return on income. We have to see absolute incomes. That is what he is saying. This results in a dysfunctional behavior. Yeah. Now we have to calculate RI. Profit 1,60,000 less notional interest, nothing but capital employed into required rate of return. 8 lakhs into 12 percentage. 96,000. 1,60,000 less 96,000 is 64,000. I think without investment RI is clear. And with investment also clear. So RI is increasing. If we judge based on RI, it is increasing. So the manager will accept the investment. Based on ROI, manager will not accept. Based on RI, manager will accept. Very simple question. And illustration 11. The company had the best year ever with the sales of 45 lakhs and profit 9,50,000. Balance sheet at the beginning of the year showed assets used in production with a cost of 2 crores and accumulated depreciation of 50 lakhs. 2 lakhs less 50 lakhs. Sorry. 2 crores less 50 lakhs. That means net assets are 1 crore 50 lakhs. The company gross assets 2 crores, accumulated depreciation 50 lakhs. That means net assets is 1 crore 50 lakhs. Yes. Yeah. The company did not buy any assets during the year, but had a depreciation expense of 10,000. 1 lakh, 1 crore 50 lakhs minus 10 lakhs. That means 1 crore 40 lakhs is the closing assets. Opening assets is 1 crore 50 lakhs. Closing assets is the 1 crore 40 lakhs. We have to calculate average assets 1.4 CR plus 1.4 CR divided by 2. We get 1.45 CR as average assets. ROI is nothing but profit divided by capital employed. Nothing but operating profit divided by uh, average assets. 9,50,000 operating profit, average assets 1.45 CR. We get it as 6.55 percentage. I think this part also clear. Any doubts? How he calculated ROI? Yeah, yeah. Till now, we have discussed ROI and RI problems. This is a very easy chapter. Till now, he didn't ask any question in the previous examination, but 2 or 3 times he asked in the model question papers. So there may be a chance of getting this type of questions. But this is very easy when compared to EVA and learning curve. This is very easy chapter. If you got this type of questions, he will just confuse by using different terminologies. He say PBIT, he say net assets, he said non-current assets, he say current assets. He will use different types of words, but you should not get confused. You have to stay confident with your basics, your fundamentals, your formulas. If your basics are clear, using he may give any terminologies. If you substitute that words into your words, you will get correct answer only. There is highly chances you will not get a question from this topic. You will get from EVA and learning curve only. Yeah. By this, we end this session. We will have another half an hour or 1 hour session on a balance sheet scorecard and a due point. Till now, in any model question paper, any previous papers, it didn't ask for the balance sheet scorecard and a due point because These two topics are final level topics. Even in final also, he will not touch these topics. In MCQs also very rarely he asks from viewpoint. Balanced scorecard he will never ask. But still we will discuss institute material questions for those two topics in next session. Yeah. Thank you. Subscribe to Parvar classes. Yeah. We'll end the session. Bye.